Barksdale Award gives our students an opportunity to make us jealous. They go out and they set the standard in terms of imagination and creativity and take on a project that we hope not only changes them but brings about the possibility of changing our world. Our students pick the topics. We're not driven by any particular themes. We are driven by their imagination and curiosity, and it just happened to be two students who go two different venues, one through New York and one through following a memory of a grandmother, that they end up dealing with a subject like China.
I was interning at Centenary Hospital in Toronto, Ontario the summer before I came to Ole Miss. And I was interning with the general surgeon, Dr. Chan, and he met with a woman who had stage 3 breast cancer. And he needed to tell her that she had needed to have a mastectomy, radiation, chemotherapy. And it's hard enough news to hear when you speak English, but this patient, she was only fluent in Mandarin Chinese. And so she didn't understand what was being said to her, and the only thing that she could glean from it was the emotion and the intensity of the situation. And I think it just exasperated her fear of that she didn't exactly know what was going on. And so she looked to me with a pleading gaze and just begging me to help her, and I couldn't, and I really didn't ever want to see that look again. And so that's why I've decided to take on this project for the Barksdale.
Before I left China when I was 12, I met my great-grandmother for the first time. And I don't remember much from our first meeting, except that she made me these noodles that it looked completely ordinary, but then when I bit into them, they were delicious and they looked nothing like they would taste. And I asked her about it, and she said she handmade these. And I thought it was just amazing how she transformed such simple ingredients from one thing to like something amazing tasting. And last year when I went back to China, that the younger generation are more coveted after the Western lifestyle with like faster pace of life and fast food, and there were just very little attention paying to these traditional, like simple cuisines, and I want to preserve this before it all disappeared.
We've had one student who worked in the Delta. Students work in New York, or students gone as far as Spain. So we let them set the standard of their own trip.
I'm going to volunteer in downtown hospital, and it's with a Chinese Community Alliance, the volunteers, and they have support groups for Chinese patients, and just learn about how cultural barriers are handled in the American healthcare system, which is also why I'm staying in the U.S. rather than going abroad.
I'm from the province of Guangxi, and it's the southernmost province of China. It's kind of like the Mississippi of China, and I'll be traveling from the capital Nanning to Liuzhou to Bingyang and Liujiang. And these regions each have one type of noodle that's they're very famous for.
What we've witnessed in the past 2 decades is that space has collapsed, right? Space has collapsed with the onset of the web and the grid, but we do know that students, if they walk in the walk of these other common folk who've made a difference, that it'll change them also.